Breaking news from News Channel 3.
Welcome back. We have an update on that Isla Vista shooting tonight. It happened around 9 o'clock in Isla Vista. Witnesses say a BMW with 2 people inside.
2 people inside.
Had people open fire and also run over people. The death toll could be climbing. Last we heard from witnesses, it was at 4. We are waiting to hear from Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown. He's expected to talk about what happened at the Sheriff's Department during a news conference shortly. But right now, we're going to show you what some witnesses said earlier this evening. They are students at UCSB and were outside in Isla Vista enjoying a Friday night.
And I just thought it was like an airsoft gun or something, so I was like, hey, like, what up? And I turned around and I started walking the other way. And then, like, he shot.
Another student, a foreign exchange student, also ran for his life. Here's what he had to say.
Well, pretty much there was a BMW rolling by. I think there was 2 people inside.
2 people inside.
And one of them was shooting at innocent people. I think one girl was shot dead. The other girl was shot as well, but I think she's at the hospital. First time I saw it, I just ran away from my life, so I don't know any details. And, I just saw the BMW rolling by, and from my friends, I heard that on Del Playa there was a guy who got run over, and both of his legs were amputated. It's just terrible.
Our own reporters, including senior reporter John Palmentary, reported seeing 4 body bags. Our reporter Victoria Sanchez described 2 crime scenes, one near Freebirds in Isla Vista, the other near the 7-Eleven, and also another near a deli. A business owner told her that someone had been killed inside his business. Those are scenes from earlier tonight with the Sheriff's Department and Isla Vista Foot Patrol and also other law enforcement helping out to secure the area. Around 9:30, Kelly Hoover also said it was an unsecure scene, but we're told that people are in custody and we're
People are in custody? Who's in custody?
waiting to hear. Victoria Sanchez is now at the Sheriff's Department. We're waiting to hear from the Sheriff, and she joins us live. Victoria?
Hi, Tracy. Yeah, I'm live at the Sheriff's main headquarters, which is on Calle Real in Santa Barbara. We're waiting for Sheriff Bill Brown to come into the briefing room. There are numerous media agencies here, probably around a dozen people here waiting to hear him talk. Now, we have not gotten any official word as of now. We're hoping to get the official number of people who have been injured in this shooting and also an update on the suspects. We should be hearing from him momentarily. The press conference again at the Sheriff's main headquarters in Santa Barbara on Calle Real. Waiting to hear that official word. We have heard from multiple witnesses, as you said, Tracy, who saw people getting shot, who heard people getting shot, different areas in Isla Vista, multiple crime scenes that are still at this time shut down. Many streets, people are in the road trying to get back to their houses. And we will hear in a few minutes from Sheriff Bill Brown at the Sheriff's Department exactly the number of injured, the number of dead, and the number of suspects.
Victoria, it'll be interesting to say if he uses the words drive-by, because in our reporting, we've reported on the Deltopia riots, we've reported on people running people down in the streets back in 2001, but the word drive-by shooting is not a common expression in Isla Vista by the UCSB campus, but that's what witnesses told you. Is that right?
Yes, we heard at least 2 people in a black BMW.
At least 2 people in a black BMW
were driving and shooting out of the window. Now, we have not got that confirmed from officials. That is from witnesses who saw this happening. Started about 9.
Witnesses saw 2 people in a black BMW.
12 this evening, and went on for maybe 15, 20 minutes. We're not exactly sure how long it went on to. We have not heard that it was a drive-by shooting. However, many witnesses are telling us 2 people in a black BMW were shooting out of a car as they were driving.
Many witnesses, 2 people in a black BMW were shooting.
Right. So, Tracy, just from that information, yes, it does sound like a drive-by shooting.
A lot of people were saying that there were multiple ambulances rushing people to the hospitals in the area, as many as 7. Were some of those injuries, are you understanding that there were shootings and people hit by that car?
We are, again, this is not official, but what we are hearing from witnesses is that people were shot and also hit by the black BMW. Momentarily, we're going to hear from Sheriff Phil Brown, who's going to tell us exactly what happened, and then we will know for sure.
Can you describe the streets you were on? You're really familiar with that area. Can you describe where you were earlier tonight, just the streets, so people know exactly where they're watching the police car video?
Right. Well, where I was initially was at, actually, hold on one second, Tracy. We're getting word that the sheriff will be here in about 10 to 15 minutes. So in 10 to 15 minutes, we'll have live that press conference. The street that I was at was at the top of the loop. Many people know that. There's a 7-Eleven there at El Embarcadero. I was there. That was one of the scenes that was also shut down there. Many people could drive through there. A second scene was on Pardal at the IV Deli Mart, which many people know the area by that establishment, and also by Freebirds. People know that. That is where we are told by the owner of the IV Deli Mart that someone was shot inside his establishment.
Now, on a Friday night, what would a typical scene be there? People eating outside Freebirds? Isn't it open 24 hours? So many people would be outside.
Yeah, there are many people outside. Freebirds is about maybe a half a block up from where this happened. But what we did hear from people working at Blaze Pizza, which is across from the IV Deli Mart, that once the shots rang out, people who were eating outside, about 20 people, ran inside to get away from the gunfire. When I did look at the IV Deli Mart outside, we saw about 5 bullet holes in the glass. And one of those bullets struck somebody and killed them as they were walking into IV Deli Mart. We heard that from the owner. Again, we're going to get official word in about 15 minutes. But that's from what we heard.
This is so tragic with graduation coming up and a lot of university students preparing to leave for the summer. But right now it's a really busy time there. We had calls in, media all across the country. I think relatives concerned about their loved ones. UCSB has people from all over the world, and you were even talking to a student from another country. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, he was from the Czech Republic, and he is a international student for Santa Barbara City College. Now, Isla Vista is adjacent to UCSB, but many people stay there and live there who go to Santa Barbara City College and some of the other universities and schools in the Santa Barbara area. I spoke with him. He was walking at the top of the loop, again, by that 7-Eleven, when he saw the black BMW shoot at a female walking down the street, and he said that he came here because he thought this would be a safe place. He does not believe that the U.S. is unsafe, but after seeing this, he is in shock.
We were talking to John Palmentary earlier, and he said sheriff's deputies might have been in the area already, and we know they have staged there before. They staged there for Halloween. They staged in that same area for the Deltopia riots and the aftermath. But this is the first time in my recent memory where the sheriff has called an overnight news conference. Is this fresh to you?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time that we've had an overnight news conference, especially at this time. It's, about 1:40 right now. The sheriff should be coming in within a few minutes to talk to us. This is serious. This is definitely serious. We have not got official word, but we are hearing multiple fatalities. So this is serious. So haven't heard of this. The sheriff's presence in Isla Vista is heavy. So there is the Isla Vista Foot Patrol that is in Isla Vista in the small college town. And there are people, deputies, who walk around Isla Vista to make sure people are safe. So there was a police presence there, just like any other night, especially on a Friday night. Friday nights are usually busy with people walking around, having a good time. So they were already there, but then they did call in multiple units from outside the area. I saw a sheriff's police car from Buellton that drove down to take care of this. I'm not sure if she knew some of the victims. It didn't sound like she did. The woman that I did speak to, she was the one who was walking to a friend's house on Del Playa. Now, Del Playa in Isla Vista, that's one of the more popular streets for parties and gatherings and things like that. She was walking to a friend's house when she said a black BMW with 2 people inside came up to her and started talking to her. And
So she talked to 2 people in a black BMW. There's no possible way she can mistake how many people were in the black BMW if she had a conversation with them.
She thought that they were just being friendly until the driver pulled out what she said was a small black handgun and started shooting at her, and that's when she ran away. I do not believe she knows any of the victims, because where the other incidents happened, from what I saw walking around in Isla Vista, is they were blocks apart. So I do not believe that this definitely did not happen in one location with a group of people. These were different people. They might have known each other. Isla Vista is a very small college community, but does not look like a specific group that knew each other were targeted.
So you have witnesses who saw a small handgun. They have not told us whether it was the passenger side or the driver's side, but we did see some video of people being detained and or arrested and questioned. So there's going to be a lot of questioning tonight because so many people saw that car. We'd be interested to know what the license plates were, if it's a California plate or whatnot. It can't take long for officers to run those plates, and maybe the sheriff will have that kind of information. What's happening there now?